Donald Trump would want you to believe that there are. He's talked about, your New Yorks, Californias. Those are not swing states this time around, no matter how much he says that they are. But there are some like Pennsylvania, which is traditionally Democratic over the last several election cycles, that Hillary Clinton has to be a little bit worried about given her weakness among downscale white voters. The Rust Belt states are risky for her. That's why she's heading there now with her running mate. That's why she talked about in her speech last night some of the hollowed out parts of the economy. On the flip side, I think Hillary Clinton could be more competitive in even places like Utah, where Republicans really don't like Donald Trump. Arizona will be competitive, but most of the landscape is what you would traditionally think of as the swing states: Ohio, Florida, Colorado, Virginia. Some of those.
I will bet you any number of beers that that Hillary Clinton will not win Utah.
I don't think she will either, but you look at the numbers there and the extent to which Mormon voters really dislike Trump. I mean, you look how badly he lost in the primary. You're probably right that it winds up, safe for Trump, but there are certain instances where there are states we might not be looking at now that could come into play later on. Trump wants to expand the map. I'm not sure he'll be able to.
Let's go back to Michelle's point, because I did some numbers this morning and I sent them around. So if you look, there's really 10 swing states, potentially, the 5 big ones plus another 5. Those 10 comprise 130 electoral votes. That is larger than the margin of victory of President Obama in 2012. Of those 10, 5 were won by 5 or fewer percentage points. Obama over Romney. They are close. In your mind, is there a state we haven't talked about? We know the Virginias, we know the North Carolinas. That could really move the needle and shock everybody? And don't say Utah.
Yeah, I'm not going to say Utah, but if you do see
Wisconsin?
Trump being competitive in a place like Wisconsin, then we would be looking at a different kind of election. And again, you have manufacturing economies there that are not thrilled with the current economy. You look at that 1.2% GDP figure. There's reason for Hillary Clinton to be worried in some of those states. I think Wisconsin will be blue as it has been lately, but Trump would like to make plays in those states.
Speaking of blue, what about Michigan?
Michigan, again, I think pretty solid Democratic. I think she's got pretty solid leads there. I mean, when you run into the numbers in places like Detroit that run up big for Democrats, same thing with Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. It's tantalizing for Republicans, but then the big metro areas come in and they don't win them.
Okay, so that was my underlying question. When I think of heavily unionized areas that are affected by trade, an issue that has galvanized Trump, really, I think of Detroit, and I think that's why I think Michigan could be in play.
Well, it could be, but the auto industry's been doing pretty well. Like, I know Brian can speak to this. The numbers there are not as bad as in some other, industries that have been hurt by trade. And as you saw, the Democrats in Philadelphia, they've now become a very hardcore anti-free trade party too. So they're kind of on the.
What about a state like Arizona, which has traditionally been a Republican, a red state? This time, is it in play?
It is in play, and it's in play because of the Latino vote and the fact that Donald Trump has historically bad ratings among Latino voters. It's one of these states in the West that is trending demographically away from Republicans, and that's just a matter of demographic fact in terms of the makeup of the electorate there. Traditionally, red state, he could win it, but if you're running up 80% of the Latino vote in a place like Arizona, you've got a shot to win.
As you may, okay, let's go back to Michigan. As you may know, the viewers may know, I own a home in Wisconsin. I spend a lot of time in Wisconsin, so much more time than I would care to on the roads. Unfortunately, saw a lot of Trump stickers. I'm telling you, a lot of Trump stickers, and talked to a lot of people. And in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, now granted that's very far north, you talk to these you talk to the union workers, as I have, en masse. And what they say is, the bosses are going to try to get us to vote for Clinton. The union itself will say, we support Hillary. Some of the workers themselves will say, well, we're going to vote for Trump because, you're right, the auto industry is doing better. However, they haven't gotten many raises.
Yeah, no, that's true. The
pay
wage
has gone down.
The wage piece of it is a problem
They're
for her.
paying more for their health care as a result of the...
These are all real problems for her throughout the industrial Midwest, and that's exactly why they're there now.
And there isn't the level of job security
and Fiat Chrysler
just
recently said they're going to move car production, some car production, to other countries like Mexico. Now they're going to keep the production for trucks, but more cars are being made in Mexico and
being in the upper
Canada, wherever that is.
The Upper Peninsula, and talking to people and finding Trump voters up there. I mean, that's true, but there aren't that many people who live up there. I mean, the numbers are in the Democratic areas.
I'm one of them.
You can drive for an hour and not see anybody.
It's the same deal every time with Republicans in places like Michigan and Pennsylvania. They feel like they can win because the crowds are big at their rallies, and then the numbers come in from Detroit and Philadelphia, and they lose.
We're going up there.
Can Trump turn that around? Maybe, but it's a tough sell.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the eye right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.